Hey everybody, welcome to the Mountain Gamer. Halloween is just around the corner, and that means some of you might be thinking of playing Fury of Dracula, and you should. It's a great game. Now, if you're like me and you own the game, that means that you're probably playing as Dracula more often than not. And that means you're also getting better and better in your role as Dracula. Now, if you're playing with the same group over and over again, that's fine. But if you're teaching the game to somebody else, somebody new, or if you're playing with different people all the time, there can be an imbalance there, because as you're getting better, well, these are new people, they don't know anything about the game. So you've got two options. Either you take away some of the good stuff, like those rumor tokens and those power cards, but all that stuff is nice, and I want to play with that. Or your second option is to kind of dumb down the way that you play and take it easy on people. But again, if I'm going to play for 2-3 hours, I want to go all in. I want to have fun, right? I want to play as Dracula to the max. So I've come up with a simple variant that you can use to give your hunter friends a bit of an edge. Let me show you what I mean. So what's going to happen here is during the night phase, the hunters will now have a new action that they can take called Nocturnal Travel. So if they decide to take that action, they must now roll a d4 to determine what perils the road holds. I should mention they cannot move by train, they can only move one space by road. So they'll roll this die and then abide by these results. If they roll a 1, dead horses, you can't move. They roll 2 or 3, road ambush, you move, but take wounds equal to despair plus 2. In the early game, it's not a big deal, but later on, this could potentially be 3 plus 2, 5 damage to a hunter. So yeah, you moved, but dangerous. Number 4 is the best thing they can roll, Blessed Night. They move without incident. Now, if you're thinking, this seems a little bit overpowered, okay, well then try the other side instead. So you can decide in advance, this is the way we're going to play. So same deal, they'll take a Nocturnal Travel action, roll a d4, but I've split up the 2 and the 3 here. So 1 and 4 are the same, but the 2 says move, but Dracula draws bottom event card, Darkness Gathers. So yeah, they move, but Dracula might get something sweet in return. The rest here is road ambush, same as the other side. So it's pretty straightforward. They decide to take the action, they roll the die, they do what it says. One thing I should mention is the Long Night event card. There are 2 of those in the whole deck. They do not interact or counteract or whatever. If you read this here, play at dawn. During the next night, hunters can perform move actions to move by road. The rest here doesn't matter for this example, but what this says basically is if they play this, well then next night turn they can move. But they're not taking a Nocturnal Travel action. They're taking a Long Night event or whatever. So they don't have to roll the d4 when they play Long Night. Like I said, the wording is pretty clear. It shouldn't, confuse anybody, but you might want to mention that in advance. So there you go. You'll need 1 double-sided card and a d4, and you're ready to have some fun. So why did I come up with this? Well, first of all, I showed the game to someone last year, and after the game I was like, do you like it? And they said, yes, it's thematic, but as a hunter I felt like I really wasn't doing much throughout the game, specifically at night. I was like, what do you mean? So, well, if I'm in a small town or something, or I feel like the only thing I'm doing is buying train tickets that I don't really need, right? So he was like, why can't I move? And I was like, well, because wolves and thieves and danger and whatnot. And he was like, yeah, but I should get the chance to try and move, or just move and maybe, get attacked or whatever. So this is kind of where this came in. So with this Nocturnal Travel thing, at least the hunters can try to move, they can try, and most of the time it works and they do move. So not only does this give them, 1, something to do, 2, gives them an edge if they're not that good at the game, but also it makes me sweat because I do see the net closing in around me, and that's a good feeling. It's scary, but it's a good feeling. Because when you play a game as Dracula and you're like chilling out in Spain or on a boat or something, and you're like, they'll never find me. Yeah, the superiority is fun, I guess, but what you want is that stress. And I find that with this, it does crank up the stress for me. And for them, it gives them, like I said, something more to do. So, print it out, give it a try, let me know what you think. Have a happy Halloween, and I will see you on the next one. And if you want some more videos, YouTube thinks you might like the one on the left. I personally think you might enjoy the one on the right. And if you want to make sure to never miss any of my videos, I would ask you to click the middle button here to, of course, subscribe.
Now she's dead.
No, she's not. She's Nosferatu.
She's Italian?